If you stay soft and teachable before the Lord, that is the road to integrity. That is the road to integrity. That brings us to our third level of the belt of truth. Our third level of the belt of truth is about really living your true calling in life. It's about going the distance, about not being afraid, but at all costs, whatever it takes, be who you're truly meant to be in Christ. It's about pursuing that. That's who you really are. Who were you created to be and what were you created to do? It's about discovering what that is and moving forward in that calling, regardless of the cost. Now, you know what? That is going to take a leap of faith. A leap of faith. Leaps of faith can be scary. They can be like jumping out of a plane. I don't know why, but even though it's something that we want to do with all our heart, we can get to that place and some people just can't make the leap. I took skydiving one time. I went skydiving with my son. I psyched myself up for months in advance, telling myself, I'm going to do this. And then when I got there and I got in the plane, I remember the tension in the plane. People were afraid. But the time came, and you know what? I leapt out there. It was exhilarating. It was amazing. And you know what? I have to tell you, that's what it's like when you're operating in partnership with the Spirit of God. It's exhilarating. It's amazing. In fact, that's why the enemy never wants you to do that. It's addicting. When you're, for that moment, you're out there, completely kind of naked and vulnerable, trusting God and just hanging on that, believing that He'll come through. And you just kind of let go of everything. And in that moment, you're not quite sure where you are and where God is. It's almost like you're God and God is gone. You're just operating in the supernatural. You're so intertwined with the Lord that it's hard to see where you end and where God begins, or where God ends and where you begin. You're operating as one. It's glorious. It's glorious. That's what the belt of truth, number 3, operating in the full calling of who you are, is all about. Some people say, hey, I'm in a good place. I live a good Christian life. I go to a nice church on Sunday. I give my tithes in the offering. I'm nice to my neighbor. I pray, for people that might be struggling. I have a home group that I host at my house. That's a good place. I don't need to be leaping off any cliffs for God. Well, you're stopping short. You're stopping short. It's not that those things aren't good, but are you living to the fullness? Are you pursuing God to accomplish all that you are meant to accomplish in this life on this earth? What about that? What about the calling of God? I like it to say it this way. The middle of the road is a cop-out. Great, you've come a long way, but there's still more territory to cover. We must never stop growing in Christ. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Yes, it is. Sometimes are you going to feel like you're going one way when everyone else is going another way because God has called you to some level of consecration that yes, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. The secret is to be comfortable. Let me say that again. The secret is to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Learn how not to panic, but to trust God instead. Many people listen to the powerful testimonies of great men and women of God and think, I want to be like that. I want to be like Billy Graham. I want to be like Joyce Meyer. I mean, you fill in the name. I want to be like T.D. Jakes. But do you know what? There's a price to get there. It's called dying to self. It's called surrendering your life to Christ in fullness. Oh, it's not a mediocre life. Oh no. Oh no. You want to live an extraordinary life? An extraordinary life in Christ where God gets all the glory? You want to be that great man and or woman of God living life to the fullest? It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. It is no longer I that live, but Christ that lives in me. Pick up your cross and follow me, Jesus said. You want more of him? The cost for that is less of you.